Hello, and welcome to Reborn Mind, Body, Soul. And if you're watching this, you believe in new beginnings and becoming your own ultimate superhero. My name is Matthew Muzzy Muskeen, and today I will be talking to you about why this thing is no good for us. So let's get into it. So sitting in a chair, on average, a human sits now between 8 to 14 hours in a chair. You got to think about it. We get out of bed and we're at this height. We go on a couch, we're at this height. We drive and then we're at this height. And then we go to the office and we're at this height. So we're constantly in this position. Now, it is said that right now, in the World Health Organization, sitting is the fourth biggest killer, and it actually shortens our life expectancy. And there's studies done that directly correlated to knee pain, hip pain, back pain, and neck pain when we are sitting all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, we have to sit. Like there's a difference between optional sitting and non-optional sitting, okay? So this is about moving more and getting the body turned on. So I want to take you through a test right now. So come with me and do this with me, okay? So what we're going to do is you're going to put your hands in your pockets, okay? And I want to show you what is actually happening to when you start sitting. So put your hands in your pockets with me, stand up, put your hands in your pockets with me, and grab that top bit of your thigh, okay? And now what I want you to do is try to stand up. Oh yeah, you feel that pulling? Well, that's what's happening to the muscle tissues in your hip right here. There's this inability to full range with our hips. And so if you see a lot of people, especially if they don't do yoga, they got really tight hips. So this is causing this inability to stand straight up. And this is what the chair is doing to us. So I want to show you guys a solution that we could possibly do if you want to take care of that. So I've recently spent a lot of time at a desk, and for about the first month when I got into the old computer machine, it was really hurting my body, and I had to, readjust my body constantly. And I'm like, this chair thing is not good. I can just feel it on my back and on my neck. And so what I found is this was quite simple. It's like, here's a little desk that comes on top of the table. And check out my position right here. So here I am with the mouse, and look at my posture. I'm standing straight up above my hips. I've got the full body, and I'm standing like this. So when I'm working, this is a great position for my body. Now, while you're standing up, what you can do is you can also stand on a yoga mat, and this helps the feet. But notice how I can kind of move around while I'm working, and I can kind of switch the body. Now, another thing to do while you're in this position is to grab something like this. What this does is this allows you to open up the hips. So while I'm working, I'll switch legs sometimes, and I'll swing out in this motion. As Kelly Starrett says, I camp out in this position. And this just gets a great stretch for my hips. Now, another thing that's really great is this bad boy. This is a lacrosse ball. So we hold a lot in Chinese medicine, and this is a meridian. The pads in our hands and the pads in our feet hold a lot of negativity, and this is where we hold all our stress. So obviously, while we're doing our work, sometimes work can be stressful. So we can put this ball, and while I'm working, I'm rolling out my feet like this. And this is great. This is great for my feet. We're standing a lot and walking, so our feet hold a lot of pressure. So this is beautiful. While I'm working, I'm just rolling out my feet. Now watch this little ditty, okay? This one's my favorite one. Check this out. Now, if I want to switch out, right? I want to sit, okay? But I thought we said sitting wasn't good. Well, not all sitting. Actually, this position, while you sit against the wall, or if you sit cross-legged, this is really good still. This is a good position for us. This doesn't harm our hips as much. So check this out. I can be working like this while I'm on the ground. Check this out. I got the back straight up, And my posture is far better than sitting in a chair. This is way better for my hips. Now, if you want to, which is really nice, is get a yoga block and you can sit on a yoga block. What this does is this tilts the hips up. You kind of have like a tilting position in your hips, which is way better for the hips as well. And a little lighter on the butt. Now, one that I love doing is this one. I put 2 yoga blocks together, and this one. This position is actually called Baddha Konasana in yoga, in Sanskrit. But this is a great position for the hips. So often I'll be working and I'll just be camping out like this, just cruising with my hips, and it's just far better than and notice how I don't even know, this is very subtle, but I was just wiggling there because that's what I do. But when you're stuck sedentary in a chair, you have this inability. Now watch this one. So come with me over here. Check this out. What we've done is we've actually removed the couch. We've taken the couch out of our place and we've replaced it with like a bed almost. But watch me just naturally get into this. Okay, but did you just catch that? I don't know if you just caught that. Let me do that again slower. Watch this. Look at what I have to do to get in. Look at that. Look at the position of my hips. What I have to get into to get onto that. But notice if we are on a bed, we just go to here and then we're just onto it. We go onto a chair, we're just here. But look at what the positions with my knees and with my hips. But watch this. As I come here, I got to go down into a full position like this. This is huge. Over in these Asian countries, you see a lot of people just sitting like this. This is great opening for the hips. So now I have to get into this position to actually get onto this couch. And watch this. I got so many positions. Like, this is great. I can sit up like this. I can sit in this position. I can stretch out my legs like this. And notice how we have another computer here. I can play around, like I can do this. But what this does is this gives me a freedom to change positions. But if I'm just in a chair, I'm not really changing the position that often. So one of the things is if you see in Asian cultures, they got a lot of things close to the ground. Now, another thing which is really good for having things close to the ground, if you're into this too, is it's better for feng shui, better for energy flow, things that are closer to the ground. So that's another bonus. So having a bed close on the ground like this, watch me having to get up too, right? Like if I got to get up, I got to go, okay, daddy, and I got to come up like that. But that's a great position. So hopefully this inspired you. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to link you to the source of this, where I got this from. I'm going to link some videos, and it's called Death by Desk by Kelly Starrett. This guy is a movement animal. This guy's great. I highly suggest you guys looking into him. Look into this sitting thing and just observe yourself, or just observe how often you're sitting on the ground, because it's really, or sorry, sitting in a chair, because it's really hurting our bodies. And so part of my intention for this video is to give you some inspiration to maybe, think about how much chair time you've been having and maybe create some solutions, or just think about it. So with that being said, I share my peace and I share my love.